of sheriff, the full-time attorney has to represent her, but I don't know how true that is, but I'll find out.
Thank you.
I will.
Okay.
All right, and I'll be talking to you later on.
Okay.
Okay? All right. I'll talk to you later.
Thanks. So now that we have this great government, the people of the United States, the citizens of the United States, our birth rate has dropped. Maybe they don't want to bring any offspring into a progressive socialist situation. So for the ones that are having children, it'll just get worse. Now let me talk about socialism and progressives. San Francisco, LA, New York, Chicago, who runs them locations? It's not the Republicans. It's not a conservative. It's not a person that believes in the Constitution. It's some socialist pile of manure that runs it. And why I say that is, all these people are going to the Dominican Republic, and it looks like they're targeting Americans in these resorts and killing them off. But if you want to go to a third world nation, why don't you save the airfare and just get $100 worth of gas and go to San Francisco? That's a third world nation. You can watch people take a dump right in the street. Isn't that what they do in third world nations? San Francisco, LA, people are eliminating in the streets. I got pictures of it. Guy eliminating. People are sitting at a cafe having dinner, and this guy's dropping a deuce on the ground in the street. How crazy is this? And why would you spend money to go to a third world nation? You're trying to tell me that we don't have beautiful places in the United States? We don't have any beaches here, right? We're landlocked. California's got beaches. Everywhere you go, New York has beaches. Okay? What's the difference between going to a Caribbean island and going to Florida? I don't understand. Why don't you spend your money here? Why are you giving power and money to other corrupt governments? We have a corrupt government. If you like a third world nation, if you like corruption in your government, stay here. It's not a problem. I mean, you don't even have to leave Pahrump. We got pools and everything right here. Put a little umbrella in your glass and go for it. You got corruption just like in the Dominican Republic and Haiti right here in Pahrump. Why do you have to go anywhere? So, needles in the streets. Needles on baseball fields. Kids are sliding into second base and getting stabbed with needles. I don't make this stuff up. My brain is not that deteriorated to even think that a kid sliding into second base is going to get stabbed with a needle. Who's running these cities? Don't you think you should remove them? Or you want it to get worse? We got all kinds of diseases in California. Let me tell you something. They're talking about a plague in California. Is it the bubonic plague, the black plague? I don't know what it is. Do you realize, with the way that we travel around today, how fast that could spread? And you don't want to fix the homeless problem? You want them, they have rights that you can't push them away from a business? Get real here. I'm a constitutionalist, but them being there is a problem. Why don't we have all this money? We could build all these homes and everything and tear up old communities, rebuild it, and bring people from Somalia and put them in brand new houses, but we got people living on the street. If they want to live on the street, why don't the city turn around and make public toilets? They got money. You could give another progressive a job. They could clean the toilets. Another government job, cleaning a toilet. Somebody should think about that. But when you get into a situation where you have tourists watching somebody taking a dump in the street, something's wrong. We need to get this corrected. Listen to what Ben Carson said. Stop voting for the name that you know and start voting for people on what they do and how they help you. Needles in the streets, sick, ain't it? I got so much to talk about, I don't even know where to start. I'm telling you, it's just, it's just crazy. It is, I'm like, my tongue is tripping over my teeth because I am that outraged. Sure. I think I'll take a break and collect myself. We'll be right back.
Support for KPFF comes from B&P Dirtwork. B&P Dirtwork offers all-purpose backhoe for driveways and fifth wheel pads, digging trenches, clearing lots and fields, and more. B&P Dirtwork is licensed, insured, and happy to work for you. More information at 702-540-0961. That's 702-540-0961.
All statements heard on this station are that of the program hosts, co-hosts, guests, and callers alone and are not necessarily those of this station or its affiliates.
Hello, this is LD, Lazy Dog Michael John. I'm going to host a show Sunday evenings at 7 p.m. called Lazy Dog's Front Porch. Why don't you come on by, crawl up on the porch, pull up a chair, and join me. We're going to have a good time. We're going to chat about this, that, everything else. We might even become interesting. We'll just see where it goes. Sunday night, 7 p.m. on KPFF.
Hello, listeners. Want to know what talk programs are broadcast by KPFF? The KPFF program guide is now on our Brump Film Festival website. If you want to see what's coming up this week on KPFF, just go to www.brumpfilmfestival.org. As programs are added or changed, so will the guide. That's www.brumpfilmfestival.org for the best talk programs in Pahrump.
This is 97.7, Pahrum's community radio station.
And welcome back. I just want to let everybody know, last week I had announced that we have 5,990 people that pay attention to this program, the Facebook pages, Godfather Vegas. But we jumped another 148 in 1 week. Okay, we're now up to 6,138 people that are paying attention to what's going on. I want to thank everybody that's been with us from the beginning and all the new people coming on, because we are trying to wake people up, and it's an important thing. You just can't go floating through life and then at the end, and when you're ready to retire, you say, well, I can't afford to retire. Well, pay attention to what's going on. We have a caller. Go ahead, caller.
Hey, you ready to flag, man, Anthony?
Hey, buddy. I'm doing good.
You know, Amy called about the jury trial, which starts next week on Actually Win, on the 24th. But actually, tomorrow is a very important day because they're going to have pre-trial motions on this case.
Okay.
Sometimes those are very telling and interesting. They may even, if they offer her some kind of deal, there may be a plea bargain. In Judge Lane's court at 9 o'clock, anywhere from 9 to 11. Usually finishes up in a couple hours, and it's criminal law motion. So if anybody wants to see that, wants to stop by the courthouse tomorrow at 9 o'clock and see what's going on.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, very good. What else is going on?
Go ahead, I can't hear you.
I said, what else is going on?
All right, since I can't hear you, I'll just do a little more talking.
Go ahead.
Justice Court is shut down for the next week. All the JPs are going up to Sparks, Nevada for like redefining their job and everything and update on different rules and regulations. So Monday and Wednesday, the only 2 days, there's going to be a JP down here. Sullivan and Jasperson are going to be in Sparks, and I think Clapper from Tonopah is going to be up there too. We're going to have Judge Whitaker's coming from Vegas at 10 o'clock in the morning to hear in custody. She usually doesn't release anybody on their own signature, so when she's there, it's usually everybody just gets put off for another week. They sit in the slam unless she got bail, of course. And not everybody's got bail, Anthony. Some of the people got to sit. And sometimes there's something so minor, you would just think, you would just automatically say, this is so simple. Just cut them loose and give them a new court date, but it's not how it works out here. If you say corruption, it's the epitome of corruption as far as the justice system. You know about that because it happened to you, right?
Yep. Yes, it did.
Dr. Michael Perky, Friday.
How's he doing?
Doing all right. He did not know your situation. I had to advise him of it. He thought you were just free and clear. That's it.
Yeah.
He didn't know. He
Yeah.
said, no, he's reporting whatever he wants to say. You're kidding. He said, I thought it was over with. And I asked him what his argument was when he went to the higher courts, and he said that it's prison.
Yep.
Correct?
That's right.
Yeah, so, I mean, that's it. So he did a good job on it, but he just thought that Elaine just cut you loose and she's just scampering about like a happy rabbit out in the desert.
Yeah, well, he would. The reason why he did the paperwork correctly was because my friend Vinny from New York was on him and told him what to do.
Oh, okay.
That's how that happened. So.
I congratulated him on that and then reminded him on what he did on Douglas Black in 2004. He got a triple reversal from the Supreme Court. And at that point in time, he wasn't going to appeal it. But me and Paul Miller fixed at him and said, look, you're going to do something, sir. I mean, this is unconstitutional. He found him guilty on 3 unconstitutional statutes. It's a matter of record. He looked into it and he says, by golly, you're right. So when he was finally, the Supreme Court reversed the conviction on Douglas Black, Lane asked him, so Lane said, what did you pick up on this? That you knew how to do it? And he said, the guy with the flag told me about the Supreme Court. It's kind of funny, you know what I mean? But we saw the verdict. It was called annoying or minor, and it was found unconstitutional by the Nevada Supreme Court, 7-0 vote, and that was back in Lot 2, I believe, or Lot 3. And Black was up to bat in Lot 4. And so everybody should have known that. Lane even said for the defense that he realized it was unconstitutional, but the lawyers, it was Zito and I think Gibson was the prosecutor in that one. He was the prosecutor at that time.
Right.
Convinced him that it would be okay, they would straighten it out. And he said he's never going to make that mistake again. Because I confronted Judge Lane in open court, because he kept saying this has not been reversed. And I stood up one time, I said, friend of the court, you know you've been reversed on Douglas Black. How come you keep saying you've never been reversed?
Because he's a liar. You know, I found out why he kept saying he was LDS. Because he's a lying, deceitful scoundrel. I couldn't. I'm saying, what's this LDS? You know, I don't understand. LDS.
Well,
and
so
Berkowitz is LDS, and
what's going on? And another piece of information for all of your listeners. There's some kind of shakeup in the district attorney's office. They're calling it insubordination. More people are being involved, and I didn't understand it at first. Somebody named Ronnie Boscovich got fired. She's suing the county. He's one of the assistant district attorneys. Zito had to be going up to Tonopah for a while to cover the cases because the guy up there retired. And when Zito, I guess, got tired of going up there, they took Pat Ferguson and just stationed him up in Tonopah. And he was one of the prosecutors down here. The pit bull, Dan Young, they're sending him to Beatty on Monday and Friday.
Good.
So he's only here 3 days a week, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. They hired at least 2 new lawyers. One is this Jerez, Don Jerez, who used to be a district court judge in Clark County, and another guy whose last name is Kogan, and he called himself, he said it rhymes with Hulk Hogan. His name is Kogan, so I call him the Hulk. I haven't talked to him yet, but he's a new one. And Katrina, who was the black prosecutor for a long time here, she went back with the Attorney General's office. I don't even know who's working here anymore.
Well, listen, I told Angela Bello the second day she was on the job, you need to clean house. You're in the middle of Coonsy's cesspool. You got to get rid of these people.
Well, there's something happening. And when I ask questions, nobody wants to talk to me. That's why was Ronnie Boscovich fired, and we can't talk about it, But I think it's all going to come out.
Well,
and Arabia, I guess shaking up the department is maybe doing some good, because...
Well, he might believe...
You know, it's just ridiculous.
He might believe in the Constitution and people's constitutional rights, and these people that are working there don't understand that. So they might not be able to work with him.
But just look for the pound of flesh. Look what they did to Barry. I mean, this guy, even when he comes in with caretakers and he's on oxygen and he's on IV and everything else in front of Lane, they didn't have to do is that true?
No.
Acceptancy?
No.
And then when he says, I did nothing wrong, I broke no law, the prosecutor gets up and says, he shows no remorse.
Who was that prosecutor? Pat Ferguson.
Pat Ferguson.
Exactly. Why would, let me see.
Shows no remorse. Well, if the guy's not guilty, how could he be charged for it? You know what I mean?
Exactly. That's the reason. I told they needed to get rid of him, number one. Why is he driving all the way in from Vegas? Because Vegas don't want him. We are getting the sludge at the bottom of the septic tank working here.
He actually ran for district attorney in Clark County before he came out here. He didn't win, but he ran for his own. So that's what's going on. And with the JPs being gone, that means people are going to be sitting in a slammer if they don't have bail for 7 days. And that's just not right. They got to find a different way of doing this instead of ketchup weekly. It's like Whitaker, he comes down 2 days. Well, what about like the Tuesday and the Thursday and the Friday? All these people that are arrested the previous day and they got to sit for another 7 days because they don't have the judges to handle it. You know?
So that's what I'm watching on a daily basis. So anybody wants to see the street trial motion, they show up at Lane's Court tomorrow at 9 o'clock. We'll see what's going on as we win to see if there's a plea bargain involved or whatever. And you're right as far as the DA, completely out of control. You know, I know Paul, he's been going there, they have what they call the choice program, and that's all screwed up also. And they do have a van that will take people into Vegas, but it's cumbersome. I mean, you got to wait for them to pick you up, and then it's make different stops, and then you got to be done at a certain time. It's just completely out of line.
Right.
So I just hope something is done about that, because veterans are really being mistreated. They should be treated like royalty for everything they've done for this great country. You know?
That's the truth.
Well, I want to say all the fathers out there, happy Father's Day. I accept Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior. Keep the faith and power to the people. Greater Flagman, over and out. You have a good show, Anthony.
Thank you. Have a good night. You know, there was a book called The 5,000 Year Leap. And it was about the founding fathers, and they looked at 5,000 years of government, and they took what worked and what didn't work, and they took what worked and put it into our legal steps on how the country's supposed to run. I think that everybody that works in Nye County takes that book and looks at everything that didn't work in government, and they're going to do their best to try to make what didn't work, because it's still not working. They're just not going the right direction. So we have Superintendent Superintendent of Schools, Java is his name, and he's from Clark County, and he's laying off 170 people, and the workers are bugging out. They want to do something. They took a vote of no confidence. Maybe he might be getting rid of the dead wood, the people that sponge the government the taxpayers' money into the government that we don't need. If you get rid of 170 people and you think that you could still run it, you probably can. Okay? But like I say all the time, government is a bloated, obese monster. And it just keeps eating the tax dollar over and over and give me more, give me more. What's that? The Cookie Monster just keeps asking for more? Well, that's what they are over there. So here's a guy trying to do the right thing for the community, and they're ripping him apart because he wants to get rid of 170 pieces of dead wood. So I guess the government that's where you bring the dead wood. You can't get a job anywhere else, you go work for the government. Okay, medical pot. Used to charge $200 for your medical marijuana card, and they were making $27,000 a year. And because now pot is legal recreationally, it's gone down to people only paying $17,000 a year to get that medical marijuana card. So because it's legit, they could save $200 a year. So I guess they could buy, I don't know how much pot costs, but I guess they could buy some. Now, even at $27,000 a year, how many bureaucrats does it take to collect $27,000 a year. It's got to be $300,000-$400,000 worth of salaries, right, to get 27 grand? I mean, that it only makes sense. I mean, it's government. You're going to take in 27,000. You got to spend 300,000 minimum to take in that money. I mean, that's bureaucracy math. We're going to take in 27,000. And it's going to cost us at least 300,000. I'm probably way off base. It's probably costing us over $1 million to take in that $27,000. So, you see how this bloated government doesn't work? When I ran for town board, one of the things I wanted to do in 2010 was get rid of the town license. Because I think it was costing them 500% more than what they took in. So say they took in $1 in town license, it cost them $500 to take in $1. That's 500%, right? Okay? Matt, listen, I don't work for the government, so I'm not sure if I'm correct or not. But 500% of $1 is $500, okay? 500% more. So why would you have a business license here when you're hiring a person to enforce it, a person to do the paperwork, a person to talk to you about the paperwork, for a town license that you don't need? I'm telling you, I've been in business since I'm 20 years old. You see this flag over my shoulder? I flew this flag on my first truck because I went into business July 3rd, 1976. Does anybody out there know what July 4th, 1976 was? It was the 200th anniversary of the United States of America. And that's why I flew this flag, and that's why I still fly the flag, because this flag, which is the Betsy Ross flag, which I call it the George Washington flag, is the last time we paid attention to the Constitution. Because it was a new document, they couldn't pull it apart yet. Now they have mutilated our Constitution, mutilated our flag, mutilated what the Founding Fathers gave us. And it's time to correct it. You know, Ronald Reagan did a good job getting it corrected, and he bought us 10 to 15 years in his 2 terms. And I'm hoping that when Donald Trump gets his 2nd term, he could hold off these progressive socialists for another 10 or 15 years. That's what I pray for every day. I don't pray for money, okay? I don't pray to be good looking, it's too late for that. Okay, I pray to become a better person every day and to not let my country be destroyed by some psycho cases that lie like it's okay. I watch CNN. I cannot believe this stuff. I cannot believe what they're saying. They actually believe it. Are they trying to convince themselves, or they're trying to convince you? Okay, because if they don't know they're lying, they should be loading them up with some marijuana just to chill them out, because those people are crazy. Okay, it's getting worse every day. I don't understand.